Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Tecsun PL-660 and I'll perform an evening medium wave band scan. First I'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is, the Tecsun PL-660 in 2022. It's been about 3.5 years since I had this on my channel, so it's a good way to reintroduce the radio to the new subscribers. It's an older radio design and what it has. Now, is this still viable? I still think it is with all the new choices we have. This is still a great radio. Its biggest key is no mute on tuning, and it's quick BFO, so you can get on frequency quickly on shortwave. It's fantastic, and especially on medium wave as well. So let's look at features of the Tecsun. You can buy this on, I think it's Amazon right now for $129. I'll have links below in the comment section and video description. They have a silver model as well. They may even have a 680. The 680, the only difference is it's a square cabinet versus this kind of curvy shaped cabinet. Internals are the same. So let's look at some features. Left-hand side, we have an FM and shortwave antenna jack. We have antenna gain, DX, normal, local switch. See a switch there. Tone control switch, treble bass. Headphone jack for FM stereo listening. DC input is 6 volts. Note polarity is opposite than normal. Set this down. The front of the radio, we have a 3-inch speaker. Power button with sleep function. We have a time set, timer A and timer B set. PL-660 model number. What it covers, FM stereo, long wave, medium wave, short wave with single sideband, and the air band. Tecsun, nice white lettering there so you can't miss it. Buttons going down the right hand side here. We have a light snooze button, kind of nice, got an amber lit for the LCD. It also is our step function, so we can go fast, slow, and fast, slow. I tend to leave it fast or slow. Fast, slow is hard to get used to, so where you spin it fast, it goes fast. If you go slow, it goes slow. Sometimes it does it well, sometimes it doesn't. Here we have the VF VM. VF means view frequency, VM means view memory, and also scan, which is like a browse feature. So you can browse your presets by hitting this button, or you can browse the frequency you're on by hitting that button. Down here we have little buttons. We have an airband, dedicated airband button, single sideband button, AM synchronous detection button. We'll try that again, like I said tonight, and see how well it works. It's been a while. FM stereo, FM mono mode. This little button also does AM bandwidth. We have 2, wide or narrow. I wish it had more than modern radios do. Down here, this little icon means auto sort, and what it does is it sorts your 2,000 presets. Yes, this radio comes with 2,000 of them, and it will delete any duplicates and it'll sort them from lowest to highest frequency. Over here, we have our numeric keypad. If you notice, there's some orange lettering. Below them, like 1 is FM settings, so you got 3 different FM bands. The middle one here is your, I believe, long wave on and off. Here's number 3 is our 9K, 10K switch. 5 is your light on and off. You can actually turn the light off, so it's not on all the time. It's kind of nice. Over here, we have the memory button to add memories manually, and of course, switching battery types. Right now, we have alkaline mode. If we switch it to nickel metal hydride mode, it'll say nickel metal hydride, and then when you hook up your AC adapter, it'll start charging the batteries. Here we have a lockout on 0, and of course, we have an enter key and delete confirmation. Nice. Right-hand side of the radio, we have the tuning wheel, smooth. We have the single sideband BFO, and it has an indent for middle position. Our volume, nice analog. Top of the radio, we have a 3-foot whip for the FM, shortwave, and airband reception. We have a carry strap there also on the right-hand side. On the back, we have a kick-out stand, and it shows all our frequency coverages. If you notice, shortwave is fully covered, and of course, it has single sideband, airband. The airband on this radio is fairly weak. I tend not to use it. Medium wave, 9 or 10 kilohertz stepping, and of course your 3 different FM bands. It runs on 4 AA batteries. There you are. Just like the Eaton Elite Executive. So, okay, I'm going to bring this up. We'll do a quick size comparison. All right. So, first radio, I was bringing out CC Pocket. CC Pocket in the house. If you look here, it fits right where the speaker is. Nice. This is a good size radio. Next, this is a different one I thought I'd bring out, is the newer D808, since it does quite the same thing. It has all the same bands. Yeah, you gotta like that. So we have, we have all the same bands, except this has better bandwidth controls than this one does. This one has quite a few more, but it does have mute on tuning, while this has no mute on tuning, which is huge. And if you notice, the radio is much larger, easier to read the display. There's a lot of factors of why you'd want to choose a 660 over 808 in today's marketplace. As you can tell, it's a bigger radio. Some people like the idea of a little larger radio as a tabletop radio. It's worked well. And then last but not least, we have a deck of cards, I think, over here. Got a couple of them. Here we go. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can do it like no one can. He loves Tecsun shortwave radios from China Land. He's the man. Iron Man. You get the idea, right? So good size radio. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom it back down. And we're going to turn this on. Now, before I get started, just want to go do a little medium wave primer. What that means is this radio utilizes an internal antenna. It's a ferrite bar with a coil winding. And this is used to pick up the longer wavelengths that the AM band or medium wave band has. Same as long wave. The shortwave bands and FM bands have a shorter wavelength, really short, and they use the whip antenna on the back. So this internal ferrite antenna is horizontally mounted. The reason why it's done like that is so when you tune the radio, you actually turn the radio towards the station you're trying to receive. You think about it, it's bidirectional, so if I point the radio to the west, I'll pick up stations to the west, but also pick up stations to the east. So, something to keep in mind. Let's turn it on. I'll even show that in action. So as you can see, we have signal strength indicator, battery life still there. Local time, it's 11:18 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois. Medium wave band, frequency 520 kilohertz, bandwidth, I believe it's narrow, you can change it here. Volume gets higher when you do that, as it gets wider. And stepping, we're on slow, so when I tune it, it's going at 1 kilohertz steps, which I'll leave, which is nice. You can change it, of course, to go fast, show you, fast, and then there's fast, slow. We'll go back to slow, I like that. We'll put our bandwidth to narrow, turn up the volume. I'll change it if I need to. Again, in synchronous detection, we'll try that as well. Okay, so let's get started. So this is CHLO, Brampton, Ontario, on 530, 441 miles, 250 watts. I can improve the signal with a loop. I have a Terk Advantage. I'm going to set it off to the left-hand side of the radio, perpendicular to the top edge. And I'm going to tune this loop and increase the gain. There you go. Saw the meter. These Terk Advantages are really nice. You'll spend about $40, $50 for one, but it's a good investment if you're an AM listener. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, this is 540, typically WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles to the north. We might be picking up CBK right now, Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is about 1,000 miles in this direction. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the radio. I've just tuned in WAUK in Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts to the north. Turn it back west. And I almost pick up a woman's voice. It's usually CBK, which is awesome. Get smooth, no mute on tuning. Love this.
A lot of things about the quality of life here that are really spectacular. But in terms of
KTRS 550 St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
It's so discouraging to see the way the community doesn't.
That's interesting. 560 is off the air. Usually it's booming. This is local. Let's find something here. Couple of stations interfering with each other, but the gentleman talking here is WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west, 5,000 watts.
And I'm under every illusion that I feel my blood pressure boiling.
So this is 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's to the north, but I'm going to point it to the south just to show you it's bidirectional.
I brought my UT tickets because my blood pressure was boiling over someone else's 18-year-old.
Over teenagers.
These are teenagers with 120,000 people threatening to kill them.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Over the use of a pigskin.
Usually country music here on CFCO. I think we're getting a hint of it. Could be a challenging evening tonight. KWMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Dominating. 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south, but I'm pointing to the north and show you. Nice.
I'm looking for stuff that's just going to hit, period. Yeah, and that's fair. For me, I don't mind that logic normally, but with prospects in particular, if I'm going to do it.
Here's 660 WFAN, New York, New York, 750 miles to the north. Excuse me. Northeast.
You know what? I'll play for the big payout. Know that it's going to be a loser anyway going in, and hope to hit the chance. So I go value there as opposed to making a big bet. Let's say on a
That's coming good. I don't need to use a sink. Usually I have to use a sink here.
337-66-66. Ron calling from Fort Greene. What's up, Ron?
What's up, Ron?
What's up, man? Enjoying your show.
What's up, Ron?
There's a lot of things that
It's pretty good selectivity. I'm surprised.
get you in trouble.
Excellent.
Goes without saying. You mix up money, parties,
Here's 670 The Score, WCR, Chicago,
instances. I mean, there's a lot
home of the
that you
Cubs.
can do in Vegas, and you can fill in the blanks on everything else available to you.
Drivers to have the option for a same-gender trainer when involved in on-the-road training activities. When having a same-gender trainer...
WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
...involving female drivers, carriers should develop alternatives to help reduce or eliminate issues, such as ensuring that when sleeping arrangements need to be made, one of the parties...
No hospitals, no ventilators, no ICUs, no...
Here's 710 WOR, New York, New York. Let's try the sync. Because that's 720 trying to break through. So we want lower sideband. Oh, there we go, and sync. Just gotta try to refine the signal, but we'll go ahead and unsync this. Yeah, we're too close to the 720.
Turned it down cold because they didn't think it would be that big a fundraiser, and it turned out that TJ stuff was the biggest fundraiser other than the
720 WGN Chicago.
Wow.
So they were really wrong about that.
I think we're getting a hint of CKDM. Duffy, Manitoba, 820 miles. Here's 740 CFZM Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. So those guys that live in Toronto, do you guys listen to Zoomer Radio or not? Let me know. It's one of those things where you'd rather listen to a station outside your area because you might be burned out. But I don't know. Maybe there are people who listen to it. There's a lot on 740, which is nice.
Get back downtown. We'll be
doing it well.
Okay, let's try sync again. Upper side band. I was getting 740 there for a little bit. I seemed to eliminate that. This is WSB Atlanta, Georgia on 750, 630 miles to the south. Let's turn the sync back off. Yeah, I'm hearing that 740.
Pathetic mewing letters to his own employees. Always the mark of a company in good federal.
760 WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
Full vindication, and until Letitia James' career is destroyed.
Here's 770 WABC, New York, New York, 750 miles. 780 in Chicago is definitely riding into it. Let's try sync again.
We're in a situation where we are right now. Russ in White Plains, good morning. You're on Talk Radio 77 WABC. Russ in White Plains.
Russ. So yes, sync lower sideband is helping.
Hi, I think Cuomo supported Tish James because he hated Zephyr teach-out. Tish James owes him
or not
nothing at all. But, you call it Dominic.
A Chicago woman is caught allegedly trying to steal $17,000 in coats from the Oak Brook Vault in what prosecutors call
WBBM Chicago News Radio. Old Time Radio, Monday through Fridays, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you can pick up 780 WBBM from your area, give it a shot.
NASDAQ dropped
it's awesome.
82. S&P down by 17.
In a half hour.
31 and... $790. Not sure what we're picking up here. Nice, we're picking up something. We're probably picking up WAYY on 790, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 230 miles to the northwest there, 5,000 watts.
When you need
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario.
to make things right, choose the Choco and
270 miles. Always kind of a weak signal.
legal representation to those who've been injured as the result.
The opposite Wednesday, partly sunny to start, then clouds move in at days high 39. Chance for a couple snow showers Thursday, high near 40. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Sally Sherman on News Radio 810 and 103.1 WGY.
We all hear the radio ads about...
So there you go, you got the call letters there, WGY. This is Albany, New York, 740 miles. Nice. Running out of time here. At the cover. WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles.
The staff is friendly and capable, as well as, I love this place.
WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles to the west.
I'm not the only patient that rants and raves about the podcast. confirmed a minor telemetry issue. Aborted Astra Space's debut launch for
840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. Ground zero and then coast to coast after this tonight.
No word on a new date for the launch.
Picking up different stations here in 850. This is usually KOA, this direction. I'm picking up a music station. Or a commercial.
Every Saturday morning at 6. I can answer the questions. Maybe you didn't even ask. Help you plan for the retirement you have always dreamed of.
Okay, keep going.
C'est comme donné beaucoup comme par exemple Joséphine Bacon qui est donnée.
CGBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
C'est une femme que j'admire beaucoup.
Sports Flash. Well, let's start right there, JR. You're talking about the
That's coming in nice and clear. 870 WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south.
Of the New Orleans Saints. He was once the head coach of the Raiders, Rich Bisaccia, who took over.
It was at least the fourth time in the last 6 months a bus had been struck by gunfire. An M101 bus in East Harlem had
WCBS, New York, New York.
Afternoon when it was hit. A slug lodged just behind the front door, inches away from a passenger. Union leaders say it's getting too dangerous and
890 WLS, Chicago.
The research arm of conservative media. Call in now, 877.
I'm hearing a hint of country music. I think that's WDLS, which is surprising. It's Wisconsin Dells, which is 120 miles away, 220 watts. That is a possibility, though. Maybe not. Interesting. Keep going. I'm going to breeze through the band here. We're going to go up to 1,000.
You don't know this. I'm competitive. I love good competition.
Here's Detroit.
Okay, talking about all of this, though.
WWJ. 270 miles.
To recognize.
Gotta go quickly.
Really that guy, or was this just one year you're in the right?
What is it about this song that resonated with you?
I think, you know what is really special about this show, and I think it's...
Okay, that made a difference there. So it does make a difference, this sync, if you, depending on your situation. CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles. 1,000 is actually the same direction. That's what I was running into.
And living in America, and living in America through the Black Lives Matter movement has just been really...
That works good.
It's given me like a time.
As good as the greatest show on turf was, Marshall Falk, Isaac Bruce,
1,000 WMVP, Chicago.
Orlando Pace. Those are not all.
Anything about what Ukraine does, that in and of itself is the problem. That's why
KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles east
of NATO. And again,
practices that drug cartels in their nation rely on. They argue the companies are aware of it but do nothing amid
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
Including California, Massachusetts, Minnesota, and New York have filed a brief against it.
With that question. Charmian's family moved across the country following the gold rush and started their lives in California.
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Of the American West. Unfortunately, at the young age of 5, her mother passed away.
Man, it must be a rough night, because I just heard him say KYW. Which is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles northeast. This is Christian Radio, KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles to the south.
Whether those scars are physical or mental, Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind.
WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
We do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
I'm Tom from McCain.com. Standing distinction and valor in clandestine operations, in combat, in the world.
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
Accomplishments results from Captain Ford's outstanding.
You know you were in something new and better. Once you try a pair of Kane 11s, you'll never go back to wearing socks.
1140 is WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
Your first order. We always ship for free. Only available at Kane11.com.
It's just like tuning an analog radio. That's why I like this. Just smooth.
Why would anybody do that? And we started the show, and the guy's screaming in my...
Here's 1180 Wham, WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Somewhere. I said, are you going to yell the entire time? I can
Sounds
do it
like Ground
too,
Zero.
But that would be really, really bad.
Okay, we're quicker now.
And I flew. And so I knew how fast I went because that's what she wanted to know.
I think this is WSDZ, St. Louis. Of course, when you have time, you'll be spinning the radio to hear what comes in. At night, you can hear like 3 or 4 stations go on the same frequency in this part of the band. Between like 12 up to 1500. It's quite a bit out there. Makes it challenging, especially around dusk and dawn. You'll hear a lot of cool stations powering up. I think this is Ottawa, Ontario, 660 miles, CIWW.
We stood up to our adversaries. We stood...
I think I'm wrong there. It could be a daytime. I'm not sure. Yeah, 1310. Look that one up, and if there's something different on 1310, I'll post it here. This is local.
Canada 4-2 in the lead over the U.S. women. And just...
A lot. Country music. So I'm going to go up the band. Let's go up to the top because I'm running out of time. As you can tell, it's smooth.
Have not been watching the Squid Games. I haven't been watching the Squid Games in China either.
1470 WMBD,
U.S.-born
Peoria, Illinois.
Olympic figure skater
135 miles.
For China, and then she renounced her U.S. citizenship, which apparently China requires, went to go compete with China, and then...
Wherever they go, whether they're anxiety...
WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles.
We get up in the morning and we're spread thin and we're stressed out right away. Whereas if you can stop just for 10 minutes...
Yes, Ming, but two of the jobs you're really good at. 710 ESPN Los Angeles Rams pre- and post-game host, and also part of Travis and Sleeve.
Here's 1530 WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Yeah, this radio is awesome. Love it. I mean, the newer radios don't tune like this.
Team Money, always a pleasure. Enjoy Super Week and enjoy the game on Sunday as well.
Anytime for you, Freddie. Always.
I'm Freddie Coleman, solo on Freddie and Fitzsimmons. Hit me up on Twitter anytime you want at Coleman ESPN. My last words on...
Turn the volume down, watch the battery level go up, and then hit the volume.
The key to Super Bowl 56, so keep an eye on him. Plus, why are gorillas
for anything? Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep.
1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles. We're almost through the band. There we are, CHHA, Toronto, Ontario. Coming in nice. Traffic Advisory Radio, mixing with KOZN, Bellevue, Nebraska. We're to the top of the band. If you give it time, it gets better. This is KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa. 280 miles to the west. Okay, let's turn this off. The Tecsun PL-660 has a rough night. You can definitely tell that the tuning conditions, the radio can do it. Just the atmosphere is a little unsteady, but not bad. I was picking up some distant stations out of New York. Typically, you can get those because go over the Great Lakes. Nice clear path. And of course, south, it came in good with New Orleans and that. So, what a wonderful radio. Yeah, for $129, is it still viable? Yeah, you can get this D808 for around $100 and $110 off eBay. It just depends on what you want. I believe this is great for tuning shortwave and medium wave with the no mute on tuning. If that's your thing, it seems to be most people's thing. Get this radio before they're gone, because I think they're getting away from this type of tuning. So, something to keep in mind. So there it is, the Tecsun PL-660 at night. Give me a big like if you like the video. 2, if you like Tecsun radio, subscribe at the bell icon, get notified. And 3, comment below what you think about the 660. Is this something you'd buy in 2022? Let me know. Okay guys, take care. We'll see you in my next video.